Hey there, welcome to 521 Week 4. So let's take a look at what is going on this week. The focus of Week 4 is to look at technologies to support effective communication. We're also going to be looking at the IEP process, and there are some videos and some slide decks that are going to walk you through considerations for IEPs. We're going to continue looking at assistive technologies and tools for working with students with disabilities. I'd also encourage you that when you read through those, to not purposefully kind of shut off every other kid that does not have a disability. In the same way that assistive technology is for students with certain disabilities. Assistive technology assists everyone. It's that yes and. In a similar way that I remember going through my ELL training and thought these are just good teaching strategies. So yes, we need specific things for our English language learners, and every student, especially when I was teaching second grade, right? Every student is an English language learner. So what does that look like, right? So just I would encourage you to keep that yes and kind of bias as you go through those slide decks, even though that title slide is looking at talking about individuals with disabilities. It's great tools for every student. So this week you do have two discussion boards. One talks about the IEP referral process. So go through that one. It should be pretty straightforward. But that second one, the second one is I think my favorite discussion board of the whole course. So this one asks you to find video on YouTube of students on the autism spectrum using technology tools for communication. And there are some really, really powerful ones. If you are jumping into social media as an educator, kind of as an aside from this course, if you find any of those powerful videos, please share them in the discussion board. Also, please share those out, tweet them out, share them on Facebook, wherever you want to and can. And again, just make sure to share at least one original video, at least 2 comments. But yes, you have 2. If you focus on this one, it's going to be really, really powerful. So I'd encourage you to spend more time than usual and think about it as just like an epic Facebook post and thread where it's like, oh, that was the best. I have a feeling that's what this week is going to be. So you have assignment number 4. They'll try something new. This week is week 4, so we're looking at communications assistive technology tool. You're going to be using that same AT tools inventory sheet, and just again get that in by the end of week 4, Sunday by midnight. So last thing I want to remind you of, that ePortfolio continues to go on. So at the end of week 4, the end of this week, you should be about halfway done. So if you're not about halfway done, this should be your moment to start freaking out, because it's a lot of work, and it should be about halfway done. So if it's not, it gets exponentially more difficult to go back and find work from week 1 and 2 and 3. So please, please, please take your work for this week. You're going to find adding resources from the IEP process for assistive technology, low incidence tools, funding resources, and then that assignment for communication technology tools for assistive technology. So continue to work on those, continue to add those, and then in the weekly announcement, you will notice that I recapped a lot of what we talked about in our synchronous meeting. The Q Live interview, talking about sketchnoting, all those beautiful tangents that we went on that fit in really well with what you're going to be talking about and reading about and clicking through this week. So enjoy. This is a fun one, and happy week 4, everybody.